Even your emotion had an echo with so much space. When you out there without care, I was out of tone. But it wasn't because I didn't know, no. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. It's a beautiful Tuesday evening. Please, I'm going to need about 5 minutes of your time. Let's just jump straight into it. As many of you know, the sixth president of the Republic of Zambia has gone to Zimbabwe to offer his support to Zimbabwean dictator Emerson Mnangagwa under his tyrannical ZANU PF. And the reason the sixth president went to offer his solidarity, offer his support to Emerson Mnangagwa is because Zimbabwe, during the tyrannical reign of Robert Mugabe, was very supportive of the PF here in Zambia. And everybody knows the relationship between Zambia's NPF party and ZANU PF, Zimbabwe's ZANU PF. There's a very strong bond there. So it's no surprise when I saw sixth President Lungu go to Zimbabwe, travel to Zimbabwe to offer his support. Now, everybody knows that the undertone of Mr. Lungu's visit is very, very clear. We know that one of the reasons why sixth President Lungu has gone to Zimbabwe is because he senses and he feels that he can receive support from ZANU PF, both material and otherwise, as we approach the 2026 Zambian general elections. Now, let me bring you up to speed. Earlier today, Rafael Savimbi Nakachinda made a very, very telling statement. And if you listen carefully to that statement, you will very quickly understand and realize that basically what Rafael Nakachinda is doing is that he's threatening the sitting president. Now, guys, there's nothing wrong with providing proper checks and balances. That's fine. We need that in a democracy. And I think that this administration, this president has demonstrated, not only now, but in the past, that there is an atmosphere of proper checks and balances. What is absent is this insolence, this idea that you can just create stuff up and falsely accuse the president of doing all kinds of machinations. And then on top of that, you refer to the president, you insult the president in such a way that makes it look like you're talking to a child. If you listen to Rafael Savimbi Nakachinda's address today, it was as if he was talking to a child. The disrespect, the insolence, the unmitigated gall, the basic disrespect of the office of president is very, very stark. And that is something that all of us should move away from. Now, remember, let's bring this into context. Rafael Savimbi Nakachinda is one that stood on the highest mountain and said that I will grow my hair and I will grow my beard and I will not shave my head, I will not shave my beard until the NPF returns to power. You remember that? Well, lo and behold, one day somebody said to Rafael, whispered in his ear and said, Rafael, the truth is the NPF are never bouncing back. So you would do good to shave your head and to get a clean shave. That's how Rafael Nakachinda went to the barber and he documented his shave. He literally went to the barber shop and he shaved his head and his beard. Now, also remember that this is the same man, Rafael Nakachinda is the same man that was paid by the PF to go and infiltrate the MMD with the intention of completely annihilating the MMD. Rafael Nakachinda's job was very clear: infiltrate, penetrate the power structure of the MMD, destroy it, leave it, and render it useless. And after you have sucked it dry, after you have destroyed it, then you can come back and join us. That was Nakachinda's mission. So here it is. Nakachinda basically today said he issued some threats against the president. And I found it interesting. And didn't you find it curious that here it is, Rafael is sitting in Zimbabwe, in a country that is presided over by a known, documented dictator in the form of Emerson Mnangagwa, and yet Rafael Nakachinda is referring to HH as a dictator. But he's just come from congratulating a dictator. Don't you find that strange and interesting? I dare say that if, and we all know the reason, like I said, let me reiterate, the reason sixth President Edgar Lungu has gone to Zimbabwe is to seek not only material, financial, moral support as we head towards 2026, because let's be clear, Zimbabwe has a lot of unregulated gold, unregulated diamonds, unregulated dollars. And because Zambia has such a weak campaign finance reform position, you know, those crooks from Zimbabwe can finance a huge presidential campaign and they wouldn't even feel the pinch. But we all know that's the main reason why sixth President Lungu has gone to Zimbabwe, is to garner and to gather support as we head to 2026. But here's my thing. This is what is going to happen. I must tell you, this is what will happen if Mr. Lungu stands on the NPF ticket in 2026. Mark my words, this is not a prophecy, okay? Because, you know, you guys are so held up on prophecies. This is just a premonition. This is my perception of what will happen in 2026, if indeed the president, the former president, the sixth president, runs and stands on the NPF ticket, which would be unconstitutional anyway. But here's the thing. There will be a massive PF versus UPND kind of war like you've never seen. Let me correct that because there's an apostrophe S there. Let's do this. Let's correct. There it is. You've never seen. Right. There it is. I'll get it right in a moment. There will be a massive PF UPND kind of war like you've never seen. Let me tell you why. Sixth President Lungu represents a type of caderism that literally tried to vanquish this country. The people that we called PF cadres, their allegiance was to President Lungu because President Lungu basically gave them a blank check. Former President Lungu basically said, do whatever the hell you want. That's the reason the Zambian people rose up in August of 2021 and we said, well, we can't live like this. We can't live like animals. So the reason that the NPF cadres are going to come out in numbers of violence is because they want to regain the lifestyle they lost. Listen to that. That's very key. Let that sink in. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Let that marinate in your cerebellum. Let me say it again. The reason the NPF cadres are going to be so ferocious, I mean, we're going to have killings like it's the killing field, because they want to regain the lifestyle they once enjoyed under former President Lungu. That's the key. That's the hustle. That's the hustle. And that is what's going to happen. The answer to the PF conundrum, and the answer is very simple: select a different leader. When you bring in a different leader, someone like Emmanuel Mwamba or Mao Zedong or whoever else, because remember, there are 9 candidates in the NPF, 9, count them, 9. When you select a new leader, that new leader can now begin to preach a new message that would resonate with the Zambian people. But the moment you allow former President, sixth President Lungu, to recontest, the message will be the same. The message will be about regaining power for the sake of retribution. And make no mistake, sixth President Lungu and his cohorts are upset that they lost the 2021 elections. In their hearts, all they think about is, how do we get rid of Hakainde Hichilema? By any means necessary. That's their attitude. And that attitude is dangerous in this environment. So my warning to Rafael Nakachinda is, if you play with fire, guess what? You get burnt. You get burnt. All right. Thanks for watching.